Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Would you like to know how to be a tightwad to your Filipina wife? Well, if you do, stay tuned here today and subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea for more videos. Normally, I want to talk how to be a good husband to a woman from the Philippines. I married one in 2015, but I have to be a little bit negative here today. So please leave comments. Take note of my affiliate link for Christian Filipina, the only dating site that I would trust. And young men, keep your eyes open on the Philippines too. So being a tightwad, obviously, when you marry a woman from the Philippines, her family is going to want to know about this person she's been talking with. They don't get out and go places to decent restaurants very often. And when you go out and meet her for the very first time, it's a big deal. I still remember 2015 like it was yesterday, and we did go out some places, but initially we ate at their place, and a lot of food was made, and that's what I remember. But we've also taken them out many times to not just Jollibee, but we have taken road trips on the 5 times that I have been in the Philippines. And I think it's a good idea to I would say splurge, because a lot of Americans would think it's splurging, although it's not really. It's just, I think, the right thing to do. You meet with her and she wants to bring mom and dad and some brothers and sisters, and then there's some small children that come around. I don't have any problem with spending some money on them for that. She's going to like it, and they will get a good impression of you if you're over there and you're taking them out to eat. That's a very welcoming thing to do. And if those parents are going to part with their daughter for you, then why go there and be a cheapskate or a tightwad? You only get one time to make a first impression. Now, this Filipina does want financial security, of course, just like all women. And if you're worried about setting yourself up for disaster, to be taken advantage of in the future, then don't be. I mean, if you can't splurge on her first time there and getting her family involved, maybe it's best not to even marry her. She'll know if you're being a cheapskate or not. If you love her, this woman from the Philippines, then you must love her family. It's just incompatible to say you love her and you despise her family, or all you can do is tolerate her family. I don't think that's right. And let her, the Filipina, make sure you're not being taken advantage of. The first time, yes, you should try to make a good impression. Beyond that, if the Filipina that you haven't maybe even proposed to is asking for money or being demanding, well, that's obviously a red flag, and you don't want to go there. So she can make sure you're not taken advantage of, and if she's doing that, a good job of that back then, probably years later after marriage, she's going to be the exact same way. I know my wife is, and if you don't trust her, then you shouldn't even be marrying this woman from the Philippines. There's a lot of poverty there, and to be able to have the opportunity to marry somebody you like, a good, young, attractive woman, the very least you can do is open up the wallet and help them see what kind of person you are, and get to know them, and ask your wife about them, even if you have to use her as an interpreter to talk back and forth, that's okay. And this money discussion will continue to be a big part of marriage to a woman from the Philippines. That's not something to be worried about if you're if you're a Filipina, works in your country like mine does here in America and makes very good money, has her own car, paid off, starts saving for the next one. She's got her own, retirement plan, working on that, then she will be able to do a good job of who gets what. She's not going to want to pay all the high taxes here and all the expenses we have, and then and just enable family members. This is about just making a good impression the first time. If you make a bad impression the first time and she thinks you're a cheapskate, then then you probably are a cheapskate to her anyway, if that's the picture that you're putting in her mind. So I think it helps to be generous with your Filipina over time. Initially, you don't want to give somebody money until you've met. Once you've spent the money to go down to the Philippines and with the ticket, and go out there and visit the malls and show them around, take them to some places, and that doesn't mean that this foreigner is going to be taking care of everybody in the family. That's just a big fallacy. If your girlfriend is insisting that you do that, well, then you need to find another girlfriend. But most likely, she's going to be very enamored with you if you, open up the purse strings a little bit and aren't stingy and take the family out. There's nothing wrong with that. We've done that probably more times than I can remember. And, when I was working, and, my wife is working now, that really wasn't a problem. And they are her family. She loves her family. So I should love them as well. So keep that in mind. Make a good impression. You've only got one opportunity to do that. And when you meet her, don't make any excuses of not being able to show them a good time. I'm not saying you have to go to another island and treat everybody. Nobody's likely to do that. But be welcoming. Either buy them food so they can cook a big meal for everybody, or easier for them not to have to go through that and cooking and cleaning. Let's just take them somewhere. I think that's the right thing to do. And I think that's just how it is when you're looking for love beyond the sea.